Welcome back. I'm MTG Joe, and today we are going to be playing a Grand Prix top finish from Grand Prix Lyon. This deck finished 785th place, but it looks like someone brought their EDH deck to a Grand Prix. They just completely disregarded Oko meta, and they are playing a deck built around Kaalia Zenith Seeker. So this deck here is looking to play Dragon, Angel, Demon, Tribal. So Kaalia, it's a 3-mana, 3/3. Mardu colors, so red, white, black. Flying Vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 6 cards. You can reveal an Angel, Demon, and or Dragon from among them and put in your hand. So it's basically card advantage in that sense. The rest of the deck is built around getting these types of cards out. So 2-drop slot, you got Charming Prince, which could blink some of our ETB creatures. You could blink Kaalia for card advantage and kind of reset it that way. Also, the life gain versus the earlier decks is kind of relevant. Marauding Raptor lowers the cost of our bigger creatures and it lets them come down a turn earlier. Noxious Grasp, obviously a concession to the Simic meta that we're in. Midnight Reaper is card advantage in the deck. So I made one switch in this particular list because it's a Fires deck, 3 Fires of Invention. They had 3 Embercleave, but because we don't go wide, I don't know how consistent we'll be able to get it down for cheaper. So just as a concession, I put 1 Theater of Horrors. I really like that interaction with Fires of Invention as a card draw. Chance for Glory, because why the hell not? Seraph with Scales, pretty good as long as you're not dealing with Oko, but works well with creature combat. Flying Vigilance. Death Touch. Aurelia can pump up our team, works really nice with Embercleave if we could get it down. Some Sorins as a way to get creatures back, gain life, and ping. Big top end, we got Doom Whisper. If we can ever get an Embercleave down, it's going to be awesome. Flying 6/6 Trampler with Surveil that we can put stuff into our graveyard. Skarrgan Hellkite comes down and can hasty threat some of our opponent's planeswalkers. Mana base wise, you got pretty much all the duels, 2 of each of the Scry lands, and a couple Fabled Passage. I tweaked up the sideboard. I didn't quite like what they had in, so I added some Duress versus the control matchups. Counter spells versus our deck are going to be really rough. Some more Noxious Grasp, some Angrath Rampage versus... I usually find these good against like the Simic food decks. Some Spyglasses to name Oko or Teferi, some Gideons versus control, a Prison Realm, another chance when we need to kind of be more aggressive, and a couple Clarions versus like the aggro-y matchups. The one card they had in there that I can't figure out why, and they had it as a 4/5, is this Dragon. Opportunistic Dragon. I don't know what you bring it in against. It seems pretty media. Like, what human are you taking, and what artifacts like notable enough? Nobody really plays artifacts because of Oko right now, so try it out. This probably has a rough time against some of the food decks, but we'll see how it goes. Let's go traditional play. Let's see how it works out first before we play some ranked matches. Mardu Kaalia. So just a reminder, we are doing a giveaway on the channel. This is for a pack foil Robber of Riches. So free to enter. All we're doing is selecting someone randomly who's following on the Twitch stream. That's MTG_Joe. So if you're already following on Twitch, you're already entered in the draw. If you're not, it's free to follow, and we'll randomly be selecting after this upcoming weekend around the 10th. And as always, if you miss any of my live content, you can catch everything on my replay at MTG_Joe. All my deck lists, as always, are posted on aetherhub.com along with my articles. And then finally, if you are purchasing any physical cards, whether it be for Pioneer, EDH, or anything of that sense, I do have an affiliate link to TCG Player that I do post in the video description on YouTube. If you follow that link, do your purchase as normal. Just lets them know that I sent you from the channel. It's another free way to help support out the channel. Alrighty, so let's go. This hand is horrible. So I feel like we're going to get a lot of these hands. Oh god. Ugh. Okay. Let's just concede this match and just fire it up again. I think we really need to play more than the amount of lands that are in this deck. So let's give it one more shot. They're only playing 24 lands, which feels very ambitious for a deck that has multiple 5-drops in it. Want to demo the deck, don't want to be playing with 2 mana. But we'll see how it goes. This is part of the reason why usually with these brews we'll play unranked first, just to get a feel for it before going into the rank queues. I'm a little hesitant with this mana base as it is. I'll keep this hand. We got Fires. Charming Prince can help us scry, and we're on the draw. Fires with this deck should be good. Noxious Grasp if we got an Oko coming down. Our mana base is quite painful. Prince into Prince is nice. So this is likely the Temur Reclamation deck, so we will probably lose on the spot to this. They have counters. Let's scry here. I'm going to do the Doom Whisper. It's a nice follow-up play to the Fires of Invention. Lets us kind of sift through the top of our deck. So we'll scry again here. Yeah, I think we do this. We want to see like a Kaalia ideally. They might have Flame Sweep if this is the version with the counter spells. Yeah. I've been seeing a lot more of this deck on the ladder. That's a good follow-up. See, we want to kind of bait a Flame Sweep out here. Perfect. So that lets us get down this Fire of Inventions, follow it up with the Seraph. The nice thing too is this gives us the mana to attack in. These decks usually win with Niv Mizzet. They usually play a couple copies of Expansion Explosion as well. So we do need to be mindful of our life total to some extent, so we can't go full steam, just Surveil to no end. The nice thing is if this dies, it still leaves behind some bodies. Okay, so drawing a bit more lands than we'd like to see. This deck will likely play Brazen Borrowers as well. Okay, well, it resolves. Probably just set up an Insight here. This deck did get weaker without Nexus, obviously, but even Search for Scanta, it lets them use their mana more effectively. Ooh. Getting an Expansion's nice. Our clock's pretty big against them. We also have Embercleave, potentially. And the nice thing is we get to set up our next draw. Main board, other than bounce, they don't have a real way to deal with Doom Whisper. They would need to like Expansion with another copy spell. Torbrand. That's interesting. Oh, I guess Torbrand with Flame Sweep is one-sided, deal 5 damage. Seems a little weak otherwise. Ventress will be good. We just want to kind of push away some lands, try to find like a Kaalia or something. I think we just try to go for the win. Creature's gonna, after this turn, take another turn. Let's give you Vigilance. This protects our stuff, makes it indestructible. So they need a counterspell here. But if they just happen to have 2 flame sweeps, it also protects us. The nice thing is these colors don't have a hard removal. They're probably going to bring in a lot more counters post-board. Us not showing Kaalia thus far has been pretty good. They might just think we're like Mardu big stuff. I do like how we drew 6 shock lands. Like the most painful way to play out our mana. Chandra's Pyrohelix. So we get an extra turn. Turn our stuff sideways and take that game down. That's pretty sweet. So in this matchup, probably want the Duress, Gideon, and the Grasps could come out. Charming Prince can also come out. They just die to the early game. And then do we want... Probably the Angrath Rampage still. It deals with like Bolus and stuff. Probably also Prison Realm. They're probably bringing enchantment removal, so Theater of Horrors can go away. 2 cards to cut. Chance was okay there, but I feel like they'll have counters this game. And maybe just shave down. Fires is really good though in this deck. We don't really have card advantage, so maybe just cut down on Fires. Because if they bring non-creature removal in, if they bring in like Negate, then we don't really leave much in for them there. What's with this deck and this mana? Can't keep that. Okay, we'll keep this. As much as I want to keep Embercleave, I don't think we can. If we can draw into a 3rd land, we can still play Seraph on curve. We got a couple draws there. So 2 more draws to hit a land. Probably lead off with Aurelia presents more damage because we have the Marauding Raptor we can put on, and then we can start mentoring it. Cool. This deck could probably in the sideboard have like 3 Mystic Disputes, I'm guessing. The only card I'm a little worried about post-board is Biogenic Ooze. Typically, these Nexus decks will shift into the more creature-focused. Suggest to me a counter spell. I think we just run him out of it. If we don't, they just get to cycle through card draw. As long as we can keep a threat down. Okay, so they missed land here, which is good. Probably get rid of Rampage. So here we can't play both because it actually kills our creature. So these in multiples doesn't really work. We can Marauding Raptor next turn, or we can play Sorin depending on what they hold up. Okay, well... I'm gonna jam Sorin this turn. Oh shit, that worked. So this gives us a bunch of lifelink. Because what I want to try to bait out is potentially like Marauding Raptor next turn if we draw a 5th land, and then Fires. Worst case now, I minus this, we get Aurelia back, and then we can give it plus 2/0. Then turn against Trample if it's red, Vigilance if it's white. So we got them on a couple different angles. They need to deal with the board, but our creature leaves spirits behind. They need to deal with Sorin, which will just start pinging. Do we just have them? That's... Aurelia gives it +2 in the air. This gives it another 1. So they have to block here. Deals with it like that. So let's do that. So we got Aurelia back. We play out Marauding Raptor. Then go to combat. Target this, it gets Trample. And then takes him out that way. This deck's been pretty sweet. Because here they block, they take 2 plus this. So they have to block and we get to kill their Torbrand this way. And then by them killing this, then we can drop Kaalia down as well. And we're also gaining 10 life in the process. So at a certain point, they're also going to be hard pressed to deal enough damage to us. Gotcha, bro. Wanna know? Wanna know? I'm just going to give Arena a quick reset. They've been having some... they put Omniscience draft up, and it's been like locking up the system this afternoon, so just want to be mindful. We don't want a game like the other day where we got to match 3 and it just seized us up. So that's more of a control deck. I'd be interested in playing against something a little bit more aggressive to see how it fares. Like, our hands thus far have been pretty painful mana base wise. We've made through and kind of made it there with our mana, but still seems a little short, so we might drop the Theater of Horrors and go 25th land. So fire this up again. Opponent goes first. Yeah, let's try it. Hey, Marauding Raptor's great. So here, if they make Raptor into a elk, then we can just drop Midnight Reaper. If they don't, okay, green. It's got to be an Oko deck. Sultai Oko. Well, they go Goose again. So I'm not going to play the Midnight Reaper here because it just dies. We can go Fires into Midnight Reaper if this dies next turn. They're at 5 mana, so they can Nisa this turn. 6 mana. Crisis for 4. Yeah, they go Nisa. And then they can make a food token as well. Once Upon a Time. It's unfortunate because that'll find... they got Fight Wolf. Well, Fight Wolf comes down now. It's not the end of the world. So this is going to die anyways. But we want to find a 5th land, so... Let's scry here. Sorin's actually pretty good of a follow-up play. The scry is actually fine because we have fires out. They're gonna fight it with Wicked Wolf anyways. Seems a little aggressive. Just as a mana sink, you usually want those there. So what we can do... They might just big Crisis here. If they big Crisis, then we're in trouble. I can make this a 5/5 and start shooting things down. Okay, they go Fight Wolf. We need to take this Nisa off the table. So Sorin, we need to come down just for the lifelink. So I'm not going to attack Nissa this turn. We need to be defensive. Question is, do we just take the goose down? So it doesn't really matter. They would have done it anyways. Just want to make sure they're using their mana this turn. We needed 2 creatures back to block. If they have Fight Wolf, they can take it down and then we're dead. Just likely what they have if they're pre-combating this. They have 2 food tokens out. Crisis is okay. So Sorin could get that back. Charming Prince can also go up to 6. So question here, do we ping Nissa? But I could ping it with Skarrgan to at least put some points of damage down on it because we don't want it to ultimate this turn. So let's get back Charming Prince. We'll gain 3 life. And then it's a body. So as long as it's your turn, creatures and planeswalkers you control have lifelink. So 8 points of damage. We can take the 8. If I attack in for 11, they block the 6. We go to 23 and then they hit us for 9, 17, 20, 22. It's a lot of damage. So I think we just let them make the move here. Little hard pressed this game. Grasp. I think it made more sense to go after Charming Prince, to be honest. I think if they attack with everything, we block the lands. So we'll see how they deal damage here. I'm going to Surveil. So they can opt to deal 6 damage to us. We need to find a Kaalia. Neither of these is particular good. Like Noxious Grasp can get rid of one of these creatures, but we need more action. Hey, got there. So you need this into like Aurelia. So Aurelia can, if it gains vigilance, if it's white, Skarrgan can shoot some stuff, which is also probably better. We can trade aggressively with this Kaalia. I concede that one. Alright, so this matchup, we need the full suite of grasps. The Rampage are good. Clarion's good. And Prison Realm. Actually, probably Prison Realm's more flexible. Probably want the Spyglass as well. These Raptors could come out. These Charming Princes could come out. Theater could come out. Chance. Reaper. Basically just wanna, actually Theater's probably not bad. The Seraph's good, it trades up, could also trade with what's its name? Big dude. Hydroid Crisis. 1 card to cut. Sorin's probably lackluster in this matchup. Play 1 Midnight Reaper. Got the full 3. They give us card draw. They at least trade themselves. They can trade with the land, which is what I like. The Raptors don't, and it kind of hammers up. Sounds sweet. We will keep this. Can deal with the turn 2 Oko. Just for our colors, lead like that. We have a Clarion to clean up the lands. We just go like that. Actually, I should have played the Blood Crypt there, not to take damage. Just go Reaper here. If they go Nisa, they're gonna trade 1 for 1 with the Wolf. Kind of cool with that. Yes, please. Oh, am I gonna Doom Whisper Embercleave? This is actually the first time I've played with Embercleave. I've been like, I just haven't played decks with it yet. This might be Disdainful Stroke. So maybe we just do Theater of Horrors, set that up. But there's so much better payoff if we get this down. Ah, fuck it. Sorry, try not to swear. Yeah. The rest of our hand's gas, so... What do you want? You got Duress? Pick your poison. Oh, that's fun. Let me fire up one quick best of one. This deck's pretty sweet. Beating Sultai Oko feels good. That draw from the opponent was pretty loose. Yeah, I think we keep this. Just to curve out, we'll play out the Fabled Passage here. Just depending on how aggressive we want to be. They got the goose, so we need to be aggressive. Probably gonna get a mountain here. We have the double black. Show me an Oko. So this is a case where they make our Aurelia into a dork, is my guess. We probably just throw away one of these. Ooh, what we can do is, if they make this into a food, we could blink it with Charming Prince. Even though the Charming Prince will die into the Raptor, we get it back. Because they can't fight Wolf this turn. Is this somehow the meta breaker? They Crisis one. Okay. So let's take Oko off. Let's just set up the scry here. so probably gonna... Ooh, what I can do is... Okay, so they have another one. A little disheartening. So what we're going to do here, haste it. We're going to attack with all. Interesting. They block there. So we can't blink this turn to give it kind of pseudo-vigilance. But it's fine, because now we can play these out next turn. Alright, we've killed 2 Okos. Quester Beast. So pretty aggressive. So I'm going to do this. I'm just going to gain 3 life here. Or bounce this, blink the Skarrgan. Make it 5 power. Or do the Aurelia. Let's reset the Aurelia. This can block here. I can throw this in front of Questing Beast. Okay, so all out attack. I'll do this to draw some cards. Second Hellkite. That's actually pretty solid for them. Ooh. Okay, so here Aurelia gives itself +2/0. This can give it trample, but then it's got to attack in. I can go you and then blink you to attack into Nissa. I can give you Vigilance. You can also gain Trample. That holds you back, which is probably where we want to be. You don't have Vigilance. So they're going to block with Grazers, my guess. So let's see what we get off Kaalia. Seraph's actually pretty good. So we just blink this. Make it come back as a 5/5. So I throw a blocker in front of Questing Beast. Just do that. So second Hellkite. Needed a land, which is a little annoying. So I can just Death Touch there. So try to put some damage on Nissa. They got a block with the Goose. I can't go all out and attack. One more land would have let us double, which would have been good. Death Touch. The nice thing is this gives us 2 1/1s. We can also finish off Nissa this turn, unless they have a Crisis, which they don't. So I think taking Nissa off the table is important. Let's do a setup turn. No, I wanted Embercleave. This hand really would have come alive with the Fires of Invention. Okay, so we got the Midnight Reaper. So here, let's just go offense, defense. That Mentor is on there. Did we actually have lethal? 8, 13, 15? No. We did. I'm an idiot. We could have shot them for 2 there. We'll just set up another Hellkite. It's quite difficult for them to come back from this situation. All right. 2 best-of-3 matches down and a best-of-1. Deck felt pretty strong. Probably play a little bit offline, see how it does in ranked, but it's a pretty sweet deck. Took down Oko a couple times, but so that's pretty much it. Gonna wrap it up. Thanks everyone for tuning in. As always, you can catch all my replays on my YouTube channel, and don't forget, if you haven't entered already, if you're interested in potentially winning the foil Robber of the Riches, just drop a follow on Twitch. We'll be doing the draw this weekend. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great one.